What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Welcome to some Carx Street for today, and as you can see by the title and the thumbnail, it's a little different because I'm not actually playing. This is perfect, actually. I can test them out here. I'm not actually playing on the regular version of this game. I am playing on a little beta version of this game, so a little test sesh is going on for today, and I want to try it out. So apparently, I have the post up here. So if you go over on Steam right now, and you select this game, you'll be able to see in a little What's New tab under the actual game itself in your library, and it'll tell you something that they've ended up adding into the game. Oh my god. Okay, it's a little different. It is slightly different. It's a lot less darty in like specific directions. Oh my god, this is different. Right, so what they ended up doing is they've adjusted the actual tire models in the game, and they've changed, or enhanced apparently, the steering wheel handling and force feedback. So that's something that needs to be checked out by some people that daily a wheel. I do have a wheel, but I'm not playing with it right now. I probably should have. But apparently drift and grip improvements have been done for the tires, so the cars do handle slightly differently. I was just playing with this Evo like not that long ago. I was playing with it like last night, and I've done a bunch of races with it because I'm part of this this C2 class club that I've entered in. I need to test it out with some other cars as well, something that I'm obviously kind of used to. But this is why I'm driving this Evo right now, is because I was driving it like this is the most recent car that I've driven. It is a little better. I feel like before it used to be very twitchy. Cars used to be able to like I'd be able to get this thing to oversteer everywhere. This is one thing that people were saying, is like, I feel like, or they feel like when they're driving in this game, even if you're driving for racing, it just feels like your cars just want to drift all the time. It just doesn't feel like that anymore. With this Evo, for example, that I'm driving right now, it doesn't feel like, I can't get it to slide. That's mad. It's completely gotten rid of that feeling that you have to slide or drift around every single corner, even when you're racing. Again, some builds obviously you're able to do, you know, whatever you want to, but the way this is built, the way I built this thing, is to have a lot of grip. And even when I was doing that with this car, it still wanted to slide a little bit, and for some of the corners, going sideways was actually a little bit better, a little bit quicker. So that's interesting. That actually did make a difference, especially for this Evo. Like I said, this is the thing that I've noticed with the first, because like I said, I'm part of this like Burnout Rangers like club, and this is the most recent one that I've raced in. So that does feel quite a bit different. Improved handling simulation, drifting grip improvements, and enhanced steering wheel handling and force feedback. So those are the 4 things that they're testing out with this public test sesh. The way to get it, it gives you the actual specifics on the little tab, or I guess little post that they made under the game. You go into your betas tab on Steam and properties, and you find the public test option, you select that, and it downloads it, and that's how you pretty much get into this thing. So it'll give you guys a better understanding on how it works once you get there. But this genuinely feels like I'm trying to race this thing. Like, it really struggles. It struggles for me to try and get this thing to oversteer and try to get it to slide, even always sliding. Yeah, that's interesting. That's made a massive difference. Right, I want to change car real quick to, whoops, I want to change car to one of my drift cars. So the most recent one that I've driven, or I've drifted with, is my RX-7. So I want to swap over to this thing and see what this is like. So obviously I've built this thing a couple of videos ago. Love this car to bits. It's an unbelievably good car. But what I want to do is I want to try and slide a little bit. Are these all slidey roads? They are pretty much. All of these are pretty much slidey roads here. So what I can do is I can fast travel up here and then just maybe make my way down the mountain. Can I even make my way down the mountain this way? That's going in the tunnel. It's going up here. I'm trying to find like a good set of roads to try and test this thing out on. These ones here, maybe? Try go up to the house and then follow these roads down. They're not really like crazy roads, but they'd work. Let's do it. Fast travel over to this house. We'll see which way I'm pointing as well with my car. towards the house, so I need to make my way basically in front of me. Okay, these have no grip. So I've put these tires on. If you watched the previous video, wow. Okay, so if you watched the previous video where I built this thing has no grip now. It's like it's on ice 100% of the time. That's crazy. I want to put these sports tires on it now just to see what the difference is. Immediately noticeable. I already have quite a lot more grip. Still very slidey, very easy to control. I have no problems with that. But before, the issue... well, it wasn't really an issue that I had. It's just that before, the tires, especially the street ones, felt super slippery. Yeah, these ones have significantly more grip now. Maybe a little bit too much. I don't know, I feel like on controller, it doesn't feel that different. Jesus, my bad. But I mean, the difference between street and sport, for example, right now, is very drastic. And I feel like the way I built the car was perfectly fine before, but now it just feels like when I was just on fully on street tires, it just wasn't having any grip to try and accelerate with it. So like what I'm trying to say is these sports tires have too much grip now. Maybe a little bit of something in between, because look how quickly I can accelerate and get up to speed. That is mad. That is very mad how quickly I can get up to speed. Let's say, let me fast travel here. I want to swap tires over again. It's very noticeable when you're playing the game, especially if you played it like most recently. So maybe these Street Plus tires would be the best ones, because these have like no grip. These ones here. These street tires just genuine. Look, it's like I'm on ice. I start off immediately sideways. You can tell how slow it transitions as well with these tires. Whereas before, a couple days ago when I played with this thing, I was able to transition almost instantly with it, even with these tires. This is a terrible place to try and test this thing out. I need to bring it over, up or down the mountain where I can actually test it out properly. But they are so much more slippery than I remember. Let's buy these, or not buy, but let's install these Street Plus ones. And we'll do the same things I've done before. I'm probably not going to drift the entire way down the mountain, but I'm going to just drift a little bit just to see what these are like. Okay, already have more grip, noticeable grip. I'm liking these ones actually. These ones feel like a good balance. They do genuinely have a lot more grip than the regular street ones. That's mad. I can just tell by how quickly it picks up speed. Just how quickly I can accelerate and get it up to speed. It's very, very noticeable. I want to try race in my Mustang as well. The Mustang I've done a really, really good build on. And I kind of want to try it again. These are so much better now. So yeah, the tire model seems a little bit different. I don't know how people are going to react to this though. Obviously this hasn't come out as a proper update, but because it's a public beta testing, Is it an improvement? I think it might be. I think there's definitely a much more noticeable difference in the racing anyway. In the racing part of it, my Evo just was so planted on those racing tires that I had on. Whereas before, I would genuinely be able to get it to go sideways if I really wanted to. And in some circumstances, in some races, I was able to get it to go sideways and actually drive around corners a little bit quicker. Whereas now it just feels like there's no possible way. It's so difficult to try and get it to oversteer. Which is a good thing, by the way. But I'm just saying, like, it's so hard to get it to oversteer now that it's just... It just feels like they've done quite a big difference. There's a big leap in the way the tires were before versus what they're like now. I thought it was going to be, like, super, super minimal. Genuinely, I'm pretty impressed. I feel like every single time I hop on this game, they're always trying to change things. They're always trying to do stuff for the better. Which is very, very cool. Alright, cool. Well, I'm not going to keep doing the same thing that I've done in the previous video. That's good. I like that. I think these tires are so much better now than the ones that we had on before. So this is the fastest car that I have right now. This Mustang. This is the one that I built quite a little while back on the channel. And I was racing around with this thing. So this is also on the Racing Plus tires. Now, I think this car here, I've done every single event that I can possibly do with it. I think I'm probably just going to go ahead and give it a little bit more power and try to join these ones here. Are they for racing? Rear-wheel drive? C5? I think they might be a racing club. Perfect. I forgot we could just do this. We could just do one of these elite races. It's perfect, perfect. I don't have to join a whole different club just to test this thing out in like an actual race. Alright. So I know exactly what this thing was like. Very, very grippy. Acceleration was very good. Oh my god. Relax, boys, relax. Don't push me off the road. Okay, maybe I shouldn't crash into them because it messes with the way the car handles a little bit. Alright. Let's try that again and try to avoid this Integra. I feel like we have beef with it before we even started the race. Also, if you're gonna complain about my FOV, eat shit. I don't care, I'm not changing it. Get away from the Integra. Okay. Very interesting. It actually understeers a little bit. God, this is a terrible place to race. So much traffic. Is that really it? Is that the entire race? Oh my god. Just looking at it on the map there, it's just... Yeah, the back is a little bit more lively on the rear-wheel drive cars, but... I built this thing really, really well, so I don't really have an issue with it kind of oversteering slightly, because... Okay, interesting stuff. I want to try a different race. I want to try another one with something else. I need to. I definitely need to try a different race. Brought this up now into C5. I joined this club, and I think it's time we should try and race. There is a petrol station behind me. I'm thinking maybe do I need a petrol station? Should I? You know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. I know I'm using so many credits just by fast traveling, but I want to do it just for the sake of this video, just so we don't spend too long. I also got a bigger tank as well. Bigger fuel tank. Oh my god, the bigger turbo makes a world of difference. It is definitely quicker. Right, let's do one of these races now. Hopefully it's a little bit more demanding than the last one, where it's just I actually do have some corners to go through. This thing also has full aero, so let's see what corner taking is like. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, you can still kind of get it sideways. I mean, obviously that was from throwing myself back onto the road from the grass, but you can still kind of get the rear-wheel drive sideways when you're racing, but it is still quite grippy. Like this one, you can see how much twitchier it is than the Evo. It's also the way I built it. Whoa. I feel like the Mustang I don't notice as much of a difference. The Evo 100%. Notice a massive difference in the Evo. Because like I said before, I used to be able to get it sideways. I used to be able to get it to oversteer instantly and drive around corners sideways, and it was just faster. This just feels like it really, really grips up. The only way I can get this thing to hop sideways is if I go on the grass or if I hit the curb or I initiate somehow with my handbrake. I don't know, like, why I would. Oh my god, what a save. Holy shit. I'm really, really interested to see what they've done to the wheel. I have tried it. See, like, that little bit of oversteer, but it instantly corrects itself. Instantly. Like, I barely have to do anything. Tiniest bit of oversteer. And it just corrects. Like, it's the easiest thing to control. It's pretty mad. Yeah, there is a noticeable difference with the other cars. This one, not so much, but this could also be because I haven't driven this car in days. It still feels like it's this game, right? Like, they haven't changed the handling physics so much where it just feels like a completely different game, but they've changed it so it's noticeable enough, and I think it might be a little bit better than before. There's definitely a massive difference now between the way the tires handle between each other. So from street to sport to race, there is a significant difference in the way they handle. I mean, there used to be a difference before, but I feel like before, even with the racing tires, you used to be able to send cars sideways in them and still be able to like slide them and stuff, but now they just feel super, super grippy, which it should be because they're basically, you know, semi-slicks, basically track racing tires. Yeah, interesting, very, very interesting. Okay, I don't know if they changed the actual look of the tires as well, but that's pretty much what these look like. Probably see there with these racing tires. Interesting, very, very, very interesting. Alright, well, I'm gonna leave it for today's video. Hopefully you guys it's just so much more. It just feels like it doesn't want to go sideways at all with these tires. As much as I'm forcing it to, it just corrects and it wants to go back in the right direction again every single time. Okay, anyway, yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Like I said, if you want to try it out for yourselves, go over to the actual game in your library, and then go into properties, and you can change the settings yourselves, and you can go into the public beta testing tab in there, and you can try it out for yourselves. Yeah, let me know what you think of it, if you've tried it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna leave it there for today's video. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I will see you guys in the next one.